Lisbon. Everything was going well until one professor asked something fast.
The fuck? Yo, what up, man?
Right here.
What's up? How was yesterday?
Fucking stressful, man.
Really? Why?
Stop fucking smoking. I just stopped finishing until like 6 o'clock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Fucking rich.
Yeah. Damn. That sucks, bro.
I still gotta bring the tank finishing because now the flying fucking and I press the gas. Sometimes you click, something just like tapping. So it's freaking them out. I know.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
What do you think that is?
It's something's touching the brake sign. Watch, I'm gonna turn it on so you can listen to it.
All right, hold up.
It's something, I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm looking at that, I'm not everything, but listen. Hold it up. Listen to this shit. You hear it?
Yeah. Yeah, why is that?
I'm gonna bring it to the invention on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking use it.
Yeah, I hear you. Damn, yo. You know what sounds crazy? This might sound crazy, right? But if you have ChatGPT, right? Hit the microphone on ChatGPT and do what you just did, and they'll tell you. All you got to put the name of the scooter, the model, everything, and then put like, I have such and such scooter, and then like, I'm having an issue. I want you to listen to it and tell me what you think it is, just like that. And it has the microphone. You hit the microphone and then turn it on just like that, and they'll tell you what it thinks it is. It sounds crazy, but 99% of the time, it's right, yo.
And this shit is weird. You know when you get a flat, you get it together on the outside?
Mm-hmm.
This shit's on the inside right over here somewhere.
Boom. Even that. Take a picture of it and tell it exactly what you just told me, and they'll tell you how that happened. That's what I love about that ChatGPT, all that AI like that. Shit like that, it's really clutch, yo. It's really, yo, I feel you. I couldn't sleep. I slept like 3 hours. I said, shit, I saw it was like 6. I said, I've been up since 5. I said, let me see if he's up. Yeah, that sucks, bro. That sucks. That does, man.
I'm gonna use it, you know?
Yeah, yo.
I had to fucking go get some. There's 2 kits because I got the tire off with a hammer and I didn't want to go back in.
Yeah.
I had to loosen all the fucking sockets for the actual the fucking the forks open up a little bit. And I had to tighten them up. On the way they make that shit like that so it's impossible to get it up on.
That's just crazy, yo. You know, yeah, I don't understand shit. It's nuts, man. It's crazy. That's nuts, man. The only good thing I got to really say about yesterday was I fucking I woke up, I looked on Green Dragon. Yo, my nigga, never in my life, Pete. Never in my life, nigga. Never in my well, no, once before with Melissa when we went to Green Dragon. But yo, my nigga, yesterday was the second cheapest I ever bought weed, dog. Yo, my nigga, the eighth I got ground control, right? Look, this shit is 22.3. It,
Like 70 something.
yo, it's 1.92, right? Yo, my nigga, I got a quarter for $8.25 yesterday. They were $4.87. I had like some change on my loyalty. It came out to $8 and a quarter for 7 grams, nigga. For 7 grams, Pete. Yo, it's indica, but fuck it. Give a fuck. $8, nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, that's a half an ounce of $16. That's a zip at $32, nigga. A zip for $32, Pete. A zip of medical marijuana for $32, nigga. That's ridiculous, Pete. Yo, nigga. Yo, that is a motherfucking quarter pound of this weed for $128.
Yeah.
That means a pound of it's a little bit over 500. If you could get a pound of it, a little over 500 for a pound of fucking medical weed, nigga. See what I'm saying? And even when I went there yesterday, I noticed that Friday is a hot day there. There was a lot of people in there. You know what I mean? Because the deals were crazy. It's 55% off on Fridays. I went in there. One guy, the black guy in front of me, he spent $260. It was his first time discount. He got like fucking almost $600 of shit. This nigga got like 200. Yo, I was like, damn, nigga got mad shit. I said, this nigga wallet. Yeah, man. Ron went to his girl's house last night, to one of his girlfriend's house. She was telling him last night well, she was telling both of us last night that her mom is moving. You know, her mom's selling they have like a 4-bedroom house and shit, and she's actually selling it for like, yo, in Indiana, she's selling it, I think, only $700,000. You know what I mean? It's a 4-bedroom house with mad shit. And she said her mom is gonna pay for Ron and I to fly out there to help her move. You know, like in the end of August or beginning of September. So I'm gonna see I see my probation officer on the 12th. I'm gonna tell him, like, hey, you know, because he knows I don't have a job. Like, hey, she's gonna pay me. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, he knows my room. He knows Ron. You know, I'm gonna go with Ron. Just go and come back. You know what I mean? Just help her come back. I would really appreciate if you let me go. You know what I mean? He knows I'm not a problem. You know what I'm saying? I think he will. You know, I don't know him that well, but I think he will, because you know he could tell I don't do drugs. You know what I mean? You know, he knows I don't drink. The other day when I got the ticket, right when when I pulled off from the cop, I went to the parking lot, no, the supermarket, and I told him, hey, I just got pulled over. Literally just got pulled over right now. He was like, thank you for letting me know. He was like, it's not criminal, so you go with me. He was like, just make sure you pay it on time, man. You know what I mean? I was like, all right. But, you know, I tell him like this, you know? You know what I mean? Like, even when I got fucking, when I see my doctor, I told him, I said, I got prescribed narcs. He was like, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? I just don't know. And Monday, I got to be at the hospital at 5:30 in the morning. I got to be there at 5:30 in the morning. I can't have anything. But if I take meds, I go and take meds with a sip of water from 12 o'clock Sunday night. So, you know, to after the surgery, I can't have nothing.
Yeah, you got fast.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'll probably start fasting like around 10 even. You know what I mean? Like around 10 o'clock, stop, make sure I don't eat nothing, drink nothing, just, you know what I mean? Maybe a little water, like maybe a bottle of water before 12, you know what I mean? Just have water in me,
Yep. You'll be fucking thirsty when you finish.
Yeah, yo. Today makes day 6, nigga. No cigs, bro. Day 6, bro. This is a battle, Pete. This shit, I ain't gonna lie, you probably gonna need some patches, nigga. The patches help. Especially the 21 milligrams, they help, yo. And I think that's how come I'm having problems sleeping. You know what I mean? Because my body, I'm still getting nicotine, but it's, still fighting. Because, nigga, I went to bed. We got off the game. Ron left. I got off the game, like, I think at, 12 o'clock? And I was watching about, what was I watching, bro? Oh, I was watching Diary of a CEO. You ever heard of that podcast? You might like it, yo. And the shit's so long and you learn a lot. It's called The Diary of a CEO. It's this guy, he has all these different people come on, right? And there was this guy who he's been modeling the war in Iran for 20 years, And he was talking about that within 4 weeks, he said within 4 weeks there's gonna be some type of bombing, right? That's gonna cause massive casualties. That's what's gonna happen. He said within 4 weeks. He said tops 4 weeks. He said tops a month. He said that's the next thing that's gonna happen. And I said, damn, but the nigga, he's another one. He's like the professor. There's this guy. You look this guy up, bro. He's mad smart. He's a Chinese dude. His name is Professor Jiang, Jiang. This nigga, he's another one. Him and this white guy, they fucking know that shit. Like they could tell you how everything's gonna play out before it plays out, bro. They're so smart at this shit. It's crazy, my nigga. It's so crazy how just from studying the government and knowing everything else is going on, this guy's been able to predict everything that's been going on, like right down the line. What's that? The weather?
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't there like a tornado watch or something up there? Crazy. Yo, I was just watching some shit about when, remember the people of Pompeii? You were at Pompeii when the people died? This shit said that what killed them was the wave of heat and ashes, not the lava. And then they said that the first dude that found, he saw, these hollow spaces there, right? And it was, 1890 something. The first dude that discovered these hollow spaces, he's like, I think these are people in these hollow spaces. You know what I mean? Because he was, digging up. So he put plaster in the hollow spaces, right? And when it dried up, he pulled out perfect human sculptures, bro. In the hollow spaces with humans. And he put a plaster in, and it'd be a perfect sculpture when he pull it out. And then when you take the plaster off, you see the clothes and everything still. Like this shit froze it in time. Even though it was heated, it froze it. They died. Yo, that's crazy. I was like, oh shit. And the most craziest shit I ever heard, bro. So the Soviets, right? These niggas, they drilled a hole. I don't know if you heard this shit. They drilled the biggest hole into the earth ever, right? And they said that when they got 12 and a half kilometers down, taller than Mount Everest, down, right? And that when they got down, they couldn't keep going no more because the rock, it was soft and shit, and it would destroy the drill bits. And they noticed that when they pulled it up, that there was water down there. They said that the rock would squeeze the hydrogen and oxygen so much that it would create water inside the earth. That's nuts, bro. That's so nuts, bro. I said, wow, nigga, that's crazy. Then that might be true what some people say about the hollow earth and there be people in the earth. That might be true, nigga. You never know, yo. Because how the fuck, that's going to be water. And where there's water, there's usually life. It's nuts, yo. I be learning the craziest shit, Pete, man. You saw that? You saw this nigga?
This thing needs to retire, man.
He's a fucking clown, bro.
Fucking 60 rings that he ain't gonna get.
Yo, you know what's funny? Yeah, he's never gonna get Jordan rings one back to back like that. And like I told my boy, I said, I bet you what, now he's gonna try to tarnish the legacy of Dr. J. Like what the film, you know what I mean? Because he's who has the legacy of the Sixers, Dr. J.
Yeah.
Right?
Fuck that nigga. That nigga fucking destroyed basketball. Boys floppy and crybaby.
And that's the reason he went there. You know that, right? That's the only reason to me he went there, because the Knicks won the championship. So he figured that Eastern Conference is going to be hot now. So he want to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know? Because he already knows the big takes of money that's going to come when Philadelphia got to New York. LeBron in New York. You know what I mean?
I think you should just retire, man.
Yeah, yo. It's interesting. The night before yesterday, I really ain't had no weed. And, you know, I was dying to smoke. I was nicking and shit. So Ron, he grabbed me a gram of weed. You know, he's like, yo, go get a gram. So I brought up to the store. And, yo, man, I bought this weed, bro. It was called Miami something. I forgot what it was, bro. Miami something. Like Miami Tropic or some shit like that. And, yo, my nigga, I was like, God damn, yo. I rolled up a joint and that shit. I was like, shit, this shit good as fuck, yo. I was like, damn. And that was out the smoke shop, not the dispensary, you know? Because there's a smoke shop up here by my house that the nigga, he told us. He said that all their weed, they get it from a plug in California. You know what I mean? And they put on their shelves. The only thing is they don't take good care of the weed. It sits in mason in these big jars, but they have a whole shit. They have mad strains, like at least 10 strains. You know what I mean? And it's nugs, nigga. Fat nugs. They smell it, crazy shit. But they leave it out all day, all night. Like that. It's not in the dark area. There's even like some of their strains that like lower. People ain't buying them no more because they're already changing color. And I told the guy, so you got to put humidity packs in there, bro. You got to put humidity packs. You got to put I said, it's better you just put like the names of the strains and put something in cover it so it's dark, bro. I said, the weed gets bad like that, bro. You know what I mean? Do something. Put it, in a darker area or something. That's all.
Yeah.
They're so stingy. I told her, I said, it'd be better if they bought the little things that you could put the weed in and smell it and put a little bit of each one and then just have the weed put away. You know what I mean? Yo, but this weed is pretty good, Pete, man. I ain't gonna lie, yo. This weed pretty good. Hold on. Yeah, up there it's nice. As long as it ain't hot. Because down here it's never nice, nigga. That shit's always fucking muggy and ugly. Alexa, turn off. I put just say to its frequency on Alexa at nighttime. I just like while I'm sleeping, I just leave it's called the God frequency, you know? No, Alexa, man. Whatever, man. That should be wild. Yeah, man. I'm thinking once I get a chance, I'm gonna try to get one of them vapes that has zero nicotine. Just to help me with the habit. 'Cause this one has a little bit of nicotine, but I want it to have zero, you know. So then all I know what I'm fighting is just the habit of doing it, you know. I'm on a mission right now. I'm gonna see if I can get done like 3 or 4 pages of the battle pass because it just started season 5. What was it, like yesterday, the day before yesterday. And me and Ron, we've been playing. Ron be playing. Ron's really good at this game. That's how come he really didn't play it much because he's really good at the game. You know what I mean? So like kind of bored him. You know what I'm saying? But he got back into it with me and shit. He be beasting on this shit, nigga. He be beasting. The other day, this nigga had some fucking best play in the game. That nigga took out like 8 niggas. Yo, I was like, God damn, yo. I said, I play. I said, but this nigga ridiculous, dog. But he's a gamer. Like, there's this app called Just Play, right? That they pay you. You know, they pay you to play games. You know what I mean? I've made $16 on that app. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this nigga, in one day, he made $5 on the app. You know what I mean? Me, the highest I made in one day was like $1.50. You know, because he games good. You know, and I told him, I said, nigga, picture that stuff. You can make $5 a day off that shit. That's $35 a week. I said, shit. At the end of the day, that's still over $100 a month just for playing a game on your app, on your phone. You know what I mean? I said, I'd rather do that, right? I said, I'd rather do that than not get paid anything. You know what I mean? I said, shit. If you like that type of games, because I could play, but I go and play so many. Like, I don't mind playing Tetris on my phone. I don't mind playing Solitaire. Uh, there was another game where you got like shape shit and make blocks and take out areas, you know. I did that. But certain games I can't get into, bro. You know? Like I see like people play like the role playing games on the phone. I can't get into that shit, nigga. Like you see like you have like the little people and shit moving. Like nigga, how the fuck you even understand what's going on the screen? You know what I'm saying? I don't be understanding. Like I don't know if I'm stupid, but I just don't be understanding, yo. I be seeing like all the shit happening on the screen, like, how the fuck you like this nigga plays I forget the name of the computer game he plays, man. He's been playing for a long time. Bet you probably heard of it. And when I see him play it, I'm like, nigga, that game he's been playing in like 20 years, yo. It's mad long. It's a computer role playing game. And like for him to play the game, have the game right here, right? And he has a whole other screen going on behind it with tutorial videos from YouTube. And he has to look at niggas playing while he playing to know what to do ahead. Like, you know, it's that difficult. You know what I mean? I'm like, nigga, I can't do it. It's too fucking hard for me. I'm wondering what happened to John, because I haven't spoken to John in a couple of days. Because this nigga, he has all that fucking coke. You know what I mean? He got all that coke, nigga. And last thing I knew he had sold some, you know, but I always worry when he gets shit like that. He doesn't understand that. I worry. Because I'm like, nigga, you talk like it's nothing, but nigga, people get murdered for shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know how it is out there. You know what I'm saying? I just think about how it is over here. Niggas that kill niggas for a key. You know what I mean? Niggas say out here dirty. They're real dirty, yo. That's what I'm saying. Like out there, he don't even be having problems like that. You know what I'm saying? That right there lets you know the difference in people, yo. He's never had issues with people selling mass amounts of drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't go with no weapons or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just goes. You know? And I'm like, yo, you know over here, nigga, if you're gonna go sell a key or 2 kilos, you're gonna stay strapped, nigga. You know what I mean? You're not gonna, or you're gonna go with somebody that has something, holding something on them. You know what I mean? But you ain't gonna go just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I know you ain't just gonna do it like that. You know what I mean? I don't know about anybody to do it like that. You know? So I haven't heard from him in a couple of days. I've been, man, what the fuck's going on with this nigga? I didn't notice that on the battle pass now, they tell you how many blueprints and weapons you know, how many total rewards, operator skins, and Call of Duty points like that you could get. Like there's 1,100 Call of Duty points. I got 200 so far. So far, there's 11 operator skins. I got 2. There's 26 blueprints and weapons. I got 5. There's 120 total rewards. I got 24. You know, I never seen. I didn't notice that till now. I'm like, oh shit, look at that. It tells you literally what you know, what you get, what you got. What's that?
Trump wearing a cap. Trump 2028.
Who was wearing that?
Trump.
Yeah, because he's probably gonna run again.
Huh?
He'll probably run again. He'll probably figure some way of going again. I don't know, man. Oh, they got, you know, JD Vance is really smart. You know, JD Vance is a really smart person. That's why he picked him as his vice president, because JD Vance is way, way smarter than Trump. You know what I mean? And Trump, he knew that. He's like, I need someone smart. You know what I mean? The last thing was no good. Albert Pence was dumb as fuck. JD Vance, if he's really aligned with Trump like that, he could just run and then just win it and then step down. And there goes Trump. You know what I mean? Just that simple, basically. You know what I mean? And then vice president becomes the president, and there you go. You know what I mean? And you got Trump again for 4 years. And I could see him doing some shit like that. You know? Because the money Trump got, yo, is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So they could pay. It's funny because when them Trump coins came out, if you bought 45 Trump coins, you could have a dinner with Donald Trump. You know? And when they first came out, it was like 45 coins is like $4,500. You know what I mean? So there's people literally having dinners with Trump, and the dinners with Trump will basically get what they wanted done. You know what I mean? So, you know, it was encouraging people to buy 45 fucking coins, Trump coins. Because, you know, they got a dinner with them, then they tell them whatever they want in the dinner, you know what I mean? And then he see what he do for him. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because they were saying that, watch, you know what they said? This guy was saying that because the way Trump has done his presidency, the presidency is never going to be the same again. And that eventually one president is going to come in and he's going to try to do things the way Trump did. Like the next one's going to do things the way Trump did. Like you can have dinner with them, get whatever you want done from the president by just basically paying, you know what I mean? Then it's going to cause the downfall of the nation because there's going to be too much corruption. And I said, I can see that happening. You know what I mean? You know, because this is the first dude to do anything like that. You know, that you can literally donate $1 million and you get a dinner with him. You know what I'm saying? And in that dinner, you just tell him what you want done. And that's it. Like a lot of people have done that. And it's like there's known that you could do that. And the DOJ and the Supreme Court, they're not doing nothing about it. Basically, it's like he's not really breaking any type of law. You know what I'm saying? I guess, you know, because they're not doing anything about it. So, you know, it's just, it's crazy. So they were saying like, eventually, the guy was saying, eventually there's going to be someone that's going to come in and be so evil that they're going to fuck up the nation really bad. I said, I could see that happening. You know what I mean? Yeah, yo. Yeah. And because of the way that he's doing it, but a lot of people don't understand, he could do it that way because he has money. But there's gonna be someone that comes in that's gonna be aligned with a whole different type of ideals. That's gonna, you know, that's gonna be against the country. They were saying that it was funny because the guy said, in his opinion, he said that he thought it would either be a Muslim, like a radical Muslim, or someone planted by Mossad. And I said, that's interesting, yo. I thought to myself, I said, I would figure someone more planted by Mossad. You know what I mean? Like a double agent president. Someone that really, you know what I mean? People say that that's Trump, but nah, that's not. That's just the shit that there's too much shit that Mossad. That's why I tell people think people don't be paying no attention, nigga. That nigga Palm Beach Pete, that's Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein ain't died for shit. That Jeffrey Epstein, he was an Israeli spy. They knew that. He worked for Mossad. You know, that's the reason he had money. That's the reason he had all this shit. Jeffrey Epstein worked for Mossad. That nigga, that's how come he had so many people in compromising positions from Trump to everybody. And this is nothing abnormal because of the fact that when people get a lot of money, they do shit that because everything else is boring. You feel me? That's how come they got Musk and that's how come the files don't come out. It's not because of Trump, really. It has a lot more to do with Elon Musk. You know what I mean? He's the one that make sure them files don't come out because Elon Musk is a wild motherfucker, bro. That's how come he plays the role he plays in public. You know, like a thinker. You know what I mean? But if you really watch him, he's not that. He just knows how to make moves, and other people he gets ideas, and other people are smarter. They work on him. You know what I mean? He just work hard, and he has ideas. You know what I'm saying? But that nigga a wild motherfucker. And if you really think about it, that make the most sense. And I was like that, because he the richest motherfucker on the planet. So who has the most to lose? You know what I mean? And they even found the emails from Musk where he want to go to the wild parties. The niggas like, yo, what's the wildest party? Right? So if this nigga doing all this fucked up shit, who's the person that would really want the files to not come out? This nigga. He has the most to lose. All them government contracts, SpaceX, Tesla, he lose. You know what I mean? That nigga paying for them shits to not come out. That's what I say, and I was so you have that nigga Epstein. He got from all them politicians from Britain to Norway to he got all these motherfuckers in compromising positions. There's no way in the world that nigga dead. Them Israelis didn't let him die. They gave him plastic surgery, and because of the way it is and the way Israel is, they left him right here in Florida, just like that, in your face. Yo, you heard about the new vaccine? So they take from the people, they take from you, right? You go to the doctor, and they go in your body, right? And they look for the cancer cells, right? And then they take the protein, right, from the cancer mutation of the cell, right? And they take your blood, right? And then they re-inject you with the protein, and it's a vaccination, so that way you won't get cancer. They take from the protein because we all have cancer in us. So they take from that protein and then they fucking inject you back with it. You know what I mean? And it works off as a vaccination against cancer. That's crazy, yo. That's the new vaccine. Watch, and they're gonna encourage everybody to do that. A lot of people are gonna do it because of cancer. You know what I mean? They're not gonna want cancer. And then there's that one company. There's a company that they're working on the chromosomes. They're working on this one chromosome that they're making a medicine. It's like not medicine, but like some pill you could take, right? That it makes this chromosome like repair itself or whatever, so that way you can live longer. Because it's like the chromosome, like one of the chromosomes that breaks down that starts causing us to decay. So that they're making this pill and they're working on it. That they think like within 5 years or so, like 3 years or something, they should have like developed it. And the pill, you'll take it and it could give you like anywhere from like a couple of years extra living. And they're figuring that by doing that, if they could get humans to live if they get the majority of humans to live 5 years longer than what's expected now, right? That in them 5 years, that extra 5 years of time, that with the technology and everything they have, that they'll be able to develop on that pill. And then that way they have a pill that person could take, you know what I mean? That will get them 10, 20 years extra. You know what I mean? Because there's like that. So they get to the technology where you can take a pill and you can live 1,000 years. Because your chromosome will keep repairing itself. You know what I mean? And because there's a chromosome in this that's capped off, so that chromosome is like a ticker. So then if they could get that to repair itself, then that way it's just, that's crazy. That's nuts, nigga. You know what I mean? That, like, maybe it's quite possible that only 2 more generations, or maybe 2 more generations of people will die. That science and technology will make it so that in maybe another 40, 50 years, people will be able to extend their life by 100, 200 years. That's nuts, bro. You know what I mean? And there was one dude saying that a lot of it's going to be with AI. That AI is going to develop shit to make, that's going to develop shit too that's going to prolong the human's life. That's nuts, bro. My thing is, I want to see what's going to happen, Pete, when AI takes everybody's job. That's what I want to see what's going to happen. You feel me? When everything's done by AI, because in China, they have a whole port. Yo, they got a whole port, Pete. A whole port. Huge. It's like one of the biggest in the world. And this port, there's no humans that work on it. No humans work on it. It's a ship port for ships. No humans. No humans, bro. And it has I think it's the one that it runs like the most containers in the world and everything come through it. And it's all ran by AI. That's nuts, bro. That's nuts, nigga. That's unheard of. Our ports over here all have humans on them. They ain't no AI ports here like that. Imagine what that shit here. And everything's AI ports. AI this, AI that. Yo, I was watching a video, right? Yo, it was funny. I be watching this nigga. His name's like G Nardo or something like that. This nigga, he puts like fake cocaine on his nose, and he goes like that. He moves his jaw back and forth, and he acts like he's coked up and watches different skits, right? And this nigga, there was a skit of some like sports commentator, right? And they show it. It's hilarious. The nigga's talking, and a big rock of cocaine falls out of his nose. You see it white, and it falls on top of the mic. And while the nigga's talking, he puts his finger on the rock of the PA, right? And he tries to take it off, right? And then as he's talking, he goes like this, trying to get off his finger, whatever. And the rock stays stuck right here on his forehead. And the cameraman, you can see the fucking rock. Yo. I say, yo. Yo, Pete, I'm gonna send that shit to you. That shit was hilarious, nigga. That nigga had the fucking rock and coke. Yo, man. That nigga's hilarious. He does he be seeing some crazy skits, yo. But the nigga mad funny, yo. The nigga mad funny, yo. I don't know how that nigga finds them skits he be finding, but he be, the little clips. But he be finding some good ones, yo. That nigga Nardo. G Nardo. He funny as hell, yo. That nigga, yo, all his videos, he has like this wig on, right? He's a black dude. And he has coke like on his nose, nigga. And he be like, God damn! This nigga. Yo, this nigga be looking at people, right? In the videos, this nigga be looking at people and he be like, look, the coke about to hit it. It's about to kick in right here. Look. And then like the person like tweak and he'll be like, God damn! He be having me dying, nigga. He catch some people and you look and you're like, yo, word, yo, that nigga look like he coked up. Like he finds videos of people and it's like, yo, whoa, hold up. I never even noticed that shit. That nigga does look like he coked up. It's like, oh shit. G Nardo, bro. The funniest nigga, man. That nigga be having me dying, bro. That shit, man. Yo, that's pretty cool. There was a volcano, right? The only one that we have in history, right? This shit started, right? There was this guy, right? It was like a farm, a piece of land or something. Yo, this guy, right? He noticed some shit come out the ground like this, right? He's like, yo, the fuck is that? Right? And then like a couple of maybe, I don't know, a couple weeks later, he noticed that shit was bigger. And said, yo, what the fuck is that shit? Right? And then he noticed it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And then lava started coming. He's like, oh shit, it's a volcano. And it grew huge, and it kept growing and it kept spewing and became dormant after 20 years. And it's the only volcano that we have that we've actually been able to record its beginning from when it actually very, very began coming out the ground, that the guy noticed it, to when it became dormant. That shit crazy, bro. Just think about that. I was like, wow, bro. And they was talking about how that shit literally would just keep growing within weeks. Next thing you know, it's like huge. You know what I'm saying? And with mad lava coming out, I said, that's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? I said, I can just imagine that nigga when when he seen that shit and they come back and like a month later, that shit, I'll be spooked out, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck's coming out the ground, nigga? You know what I mean? That's scary, dog. Shit like that be scary, bro. Did you see that video of that nigga that was like, I think, like, it was in the water. It was like somewhere like, I want to say if it was, I think it was on the East Coast. I don't think it was on the West Coast. I think it was on the East Coast. There was this young kid, like young dude, like 20 something or whatever, he works on the boats, and he was on the boat and he heard some crazy shit. He could hear some crazy shit while he's in the water. They're out there in the water. So he took his phone, right? And he comes out, he's looking and shit. And then he sees all of a sudden in the water, like on each side of the boat, shit swimming mad fast, but like retarded fast. You know what I mean? And then it was making like noises, and he was like, yo, what the fuck is that? And you could hear the thing making noises. You could hear noise like voices, you know what I mean? And these two things on the side of the fucking, and you see him. He said, yo, look at this shit. What the fuck is that? And he said, yo, the fuck is that? And yo, I get goosebumps. Because he's like, yo, that shit's crazy. He's like, what swims that fast? And why is there two of them? Why is there one on each side? And he's like, why do they sound like humans? That shit. I said, yo, that's spooky, nigga. I get goosebumps. When I saw that video, that shit, you could tell that shit wasn't fake. Then you could tell. And it's like, yo, that's spooky, nigga. He's like, I don't know what the fuck that is. He's like, but yo, I don't know what the fuck that is. And I was like, yo, that's spooky, nigga. Because that's a lot of shit they're saying is in the water, bro. They're saying that's where they think a lot of the beings are coming, them ships and craft. They say that's from the water, bro. And it goes out of space. They can go through all this shit. Lord knows, bro. Because they're lying to us, man. That's why they keep us busy, bro. Because there's something going on that we don't know, bro. There's something going on that we don't know, bro. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, this is that. But no. But yeah, bro, that's why they keep us working all the time. And they keep us thinking about things that are far away from what is actually going on the planet. And people be like, oh, but whatever. No, this is what's going on. There's shit going on, and that's how come if you look, Congress, that's how come they've been talking with all these motherfuckers now. And they've been encouraging, that's why they've been passing laws, encouraging people to whistleblow that are in these independent contracting things, because there's Congress people that aren't with, the elite. You know what I'm saying? Most of Congress ain't with the elite. You know what I mean? It's just the ones that have been there the longest. You know what I mean? But all them other ones that come in, they're like, yo, we want to know what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? And that shit, yo, a lot of shit's coming out, bro. A lot of shit. Yo, there's weird shit that our government knows that actually exists that they spend billions of dollars on that they don't tell people. Like, they spend billions of dollars on remote viewing. That's where people, they pay people that they know could sit down and could take their fucking consciousness, and they could take their consciousness and put their consciousness, like, say, literally, they could be like, say, here, right? And they could project their consciousness to where you're at. And they could tell people what they see. So, like, say they project their consciousness and they're in front of your building. And they'll say, well, I see 210 60th Street. I see this here. I see that there. I see this going on here. I see this going on there. That there's people that the government knows that are around the world that could do this, and they paid them billions of dollars. You can look it up, remote viewing. It's crazy, bro. That's nuts, bro. That right there is something. How do you do that? You know what I mean? How do you do that shit? And how come the government don't tell people about that shit? Because if they tell people about that shit, then people be like, whoa, hold up. And then people be like, oh, how the fuck you do that? You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit, yo. Yo, I found out a lot of shit, Pete, bro. I'm nerdy like that, yo. And I just been like, wow, bro. That's why I'd be so interested, because I know for a fact that there's some crazy shit going on. Like the truth is crazier than what we believe, that what we could comprehend. You know what I mean? It is, bro. Because the beginning of us is something we can't comprehend. that we really wouldn't want to know how we really got here. You know, and it was interesting because this guy was talking about it. He said the Neanderthals, they had bigger brains, right? And they were stronger. He said they were very intelligent. We know now that Neanderthals were not stupid. They were very intelligent. So if it was about brains and brawn, they're the species that should be alive. And that if it was about adaptability, the Zonovans would be the ones that they would still be here. That no matter what, the guy was saying that no matter what, on this planet right now, there's supposed to be Neanderthals, fucking the Zonovans, and Homo sapiens. There's no way, common sense wise, why we, the weakest one, the weakest link, survived and the rest didn't. He said that, he goes, science could tell you whatever they want. He said, you break it down for what it is from every point of view. He's like, and there's no way. Neanderthals are supposed to be on the planet. And most people have Neanderthal blood. There's a lot of Neanderthal blood. But that was, and when you're sitting, you just think about that, that is true. Why the fuck are we the only people here? If they were smart and stronger, what happened?
Yeah.
Right? And the guy was saying, he goes, and it's true what he said. He goes, we get so caught up because of the system that they've made for us. But just that alone, he said, if you take a person that has any type of critical and independent thinking ability, he said, and you sit down that discussion with them and say, you never thought about that? Why are we here? Like, why are we the only ones that are here? Well, we know for a fact that there was all these other ones. You know what I mean? You know? And it's very possible that all these like ancient things like the pyramids and all that shit, it's possible that shit was done by Neanderthals because they were so strong and they were so smart because they had big brains. They had bigger brains and they were very strong. You know what I mean? It's just that we don't know because nobody knows who made the pyramids. You know what I mean? It wasn't the Egyptians. They found them. That they know. The Egyptians found the pyramids. They didn't make them. You know what I mean? That's just it. That Egyptian story is from the guy who runs the Egyptian archaeology and shit. To preserve Egyptian legacy, this guy won't allow anyone to go underneath the pyramids because underneath the pyramids is a whole power plant, and then it would by doing that it would definitely let Egypt wouldn't have that legacy no more that they have. You know about the pyramids, they wouldn't have it no more. So that's why this guy's trying to preserve Egyptian legacy. But it's known by scientists that shit was a power plant and it wasn't made by them. So it's like, yo, and it's interesting to me, nigga, because it's like, yo, how the fuck, bro? How the fuck is that? How does that go, bro? How does that go? Because every pyramid around the world was a power plant. And all the monoliths, right? All the monoliths were like antennas. So like get the energy. So it's like, and that's what Nikola Tesla understood, that they harvested the energy from the earth. So, and they spread it around the planet. He knew that. That's why he made Warden's Cliff Tower. He made a tower. And then that was when JP Morgan was financing this nigga. And JP Morgan cut the project when he found out that this nigga was trying to give the world energy for free. JP Morgan was like, nah, because he was the one that was giving the money. And he said, nah. And he had the tower destroyed and everything. That shit, yeah, bro. But this nigga understood that. And it's interesting because it's like, yo, man, that's some shit that's fucked up. Because we shouldn't even have to pay for energy. You know what I mean? Shouldn't have to pay for food. Shouldn't have to pay for water. Shouldn't even have to pay for energy. There's nothing on the planet that we should have to pay for. That's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? And that's why they keep us so busy, to not think and have that independent thinking, Because if you could just get some people, right, that are very intelligent, to not have to worry about work, not have to worry about shelter, clothing, and all them things, and just worry about how to harvest this energy, then we would have that. But that's how come they keep everything the way it is. So you can't have them people do that. You know what I mean? Because there's smart people out there. You know what I'm saying? That figure shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga, you come over here to fucking Florida, there's a park, right? That the nigga, right? He figured out how Egyptians made the pyramids. And he worked, you can look it up, and you can go to see the park still. He moved huge ass shit by himself. He would work like in the night. This is like in the 30s or 20s. And nobody would work with him. Then the neighbors, they could hear him at nighttime. He had it where nobody could see him working, and he worked on it. And then he passed away, and his kids, they opened up the place as a park, and he did it all by himself. And this is not like ancient history. This is 1920s, 1930s. They got his name and everything. You can go there you can visit the park. You know what I mean? And that was a man by himself. And he said he kept the secret with him. He said he told everyone. He goes, I figured out how they did it. And he goes, I'll prove it to you. And he worked at making this park, moving big ass 4-ton, 5-ton stones by himself. And he did it. Swear to God, bro. That's what I say. So imagine that. That was one nigga in the 20s. You know what I mean? Imagine people now with AI and this is that. Why won't they? You mean some of you don't think that like Google done ask fucking quantum chip how the Egyptians made the pyramids? Those are questions. Those questions like that are big obvious questions that like the government. Look at this, bro. This is some crazy shit, Pete. In the Bible, right? They say that these angels, the fallen angels, that they fell upon Mount Hermon, right? When you read the Bible, it says that the fallen angels, that they descended and they fell upon Mount Hermon. You know that the U.S. military, that they have a big base right on Mount Hermon, and only because of that. That's how, and it's crazy because like the government don't even tell people this. That's how deep that is. The government itself believes a lot of what was written, you know what I mean? To the point where they have a big base on Mount Hermon, all because that's where the angels supposedly descended upon. That's crazy, bro. And they'll tell people these days, man. You know what I mean? They'll tell people where all this tax dollars be going, all this shit, bro. Real shit, bro. That shit to me is interesting, Pete. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Alright, I'm gonna take a shower, shit.
Nah, I feel you, my nigga. I go on for hours, bro, because I fucking that shit.
Nah,
All right, yo.
I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Yeah, I'll probably be up. I'm gonna get on the game. All right, yo. One. Two. Ron hit you up, asked you when you was gonna come over. I had hit you up, told you, if you're stressing, you can come over. You could always come over and hang out whenever you want. You know what I mean? I'm your friend, so I'm always here to hear you out. Just like, peace, my peoples. And you never came to get the bread. That's messed up. On live in 3, 2, 1. Hey, it's your boy D. What's up? Good morning. Have a good one. I'm gonna be stuck here on this game for a little bit. I don't warm up. Hold up. Man, why do you do that? I get on this thing. I do not want that. My shit the way it is. I hate demolition. I don't like that shit. First game of the day. Try to get it in here. Yo, what up, though? Batusi. Remember the Batusi? Remember the Batusi? Right? Remember the Batusi? Yeah. Get back to evaluate available players. Let's see what's going on here. Right. I got that name. Oh, that's right. No. I'm looking for the cortex. Cortex Kings. Where's my pillow? Damn. Chanel, we gonna go outside in a second, all right, man? Let that HP go.
Team deathmatch.
Luch.
This operation is under executive surveillance. I want it pristine.
I know you wanna bust it, bitch. Yeah, chill out. just man.
We have the lead. Maintain.
Got him, baby. Push. Pushing, I'm pushing. He's up top B. Got your boy.
They have the lead. Take it back.
Shit. See you, boy.
UAV perimeter established. Angels 8.
Angels 8, baby. They're talking Angel 6. 7.
Time clock 50%. Mission timeline over. UAV exiting the area.
One got me in the back here. Nice. It was pumping on me. Oh, they was mad. Divinity Jacks. One of the world famous Duval Doobies. Coming to your life. Stoner Studios. Early morning kills. He's in the back by C. Damn. He's in the back end of care packs. Care pack Jack in the back. Oh, he's in the back. He wants my shit. He got it. Nice. He's stirred. I hate you guys. Here comes in the friendly dreadnought. Friendly dreadnought right on me, baby. Woo. Let's do it, baby. Let's go back at him. Let's go back at him. We're gonna push, baby. We're gonna push like a pregnant woman, 9 months. Pushing, baby. Pushing and you're pushing, baby. Oh, you got me nice. I need more coffee. I need another coffee here. We're gonna run this 72-hour gaming marathon. I'm gonna need about at least 2 gallons of coffee. You got me. You got me. You got me, you little turd herder. Divinity Jacks, come see you long Eve. Patience. You got him in the back flanker? You got him in the back flanker? You a back flanker, baby? Want back flank me, baby? Want back flank me? Wants to back flank her?
Enemy UAV detected.
Hit mark on his head. Hit mark on his head. One more, baby. Come on, baby. Put your pumper nickel. Put your pumpers, baby. He wants to work. He wants to work. They actually caca head. They got you caca heads. I got you gun caca face. You gonna feel me, nigga? Grab a swordfish since you wanna use the swordfish? You wanna use the swordfish? You wanna use the swordfishes? You think Vinny Jackson use a swordfish, baby? Use a swordfish, nigga. Oh shit. Give me time! Damn, son. Let me try. Let me tangle mangles in the angle. Oh, you got 8 of them on the right hand side. Is that UAV you wanted last Christmas? Fucking you, you freak. Come here, bitch. Someone's gonna get you. Someone's gonna pop you. Told you someone's gonna get you.
UAV fuel check 50%.
Oh, he's right there, pop him. Good shit, put in his pumpers. 2 more in the pumpers, right here in the dumpers. 7165, you got to go over to J-Sock. If you watch the stream live, you finger fucking that like button. You finger fucking the like button. Subscribe to the channel. You're turning on your bloody notifications. Freaks of nature, loves to hate you. Can't wait to hate you, meet you later. Freaking style, sound straight with no chaser.
UAV established above.
Come on, it's not gonna be man. See you, man.
Enemy CUAV established overhead.
The LD love good confrontation skills. Overzealous, we fellas. Know the spotlight grab from Marcellus. Niggas coming through and acting wild. Y'all commercial ass niggas back choking in the smack shot. I'm safe with many men. Time to begin again. Illuminati from my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society. Trying to keep the arm. My mom is infamous. It's like a fucking tidal wave. You get back, slap so hard, make your nose bleed. Back on the real side of them. I nigga sling cracks with fat diamond rings. That is the only inside the songs that we sing. Everything we do, not just the songs that we sing, but the pen to the paper, very accurately. We're forever a China. Like we really try to see. Telling us this way. Now who the fuck you think you talking to? I play crews, look at Joey Crack. Motherfuckers be like these bad news, running this racket from New York to Montego. Bringing ton of keys from Puerto Rico. I'd rather be feared than love because the fear lasts long. Just niggas really stronger than these weak and seeking for respect than they did. Double wins for good. Man, such in the air.
Keep pushing, Sec Team. We are in the lead.
Shiny for block parties. Like I said, but the party. Call the ambulance. Smash whack. Let me tang on me. He's on me. Live on me. I heard you. I smelled you puss wild.
Top score
GG's.
marked for elevation.
Nice.
I'll start tracking the survivors. They won't get far.
It won't get far. Beautiful around here. Good work there, Ratchet. Nice. 1.8 flat baby, it's alright. I'm sliding over there like a nut. Look at me. We out here. We out here. Yeah. That shit dope. Come on, nut. Yeah. Oh.
Hey, bitch, what's for dinner?
We have hot honey chicken.
Hey, bitch, what's for dinner? That's too aggressive, deal. Hey, bitch, what's for dinner? Hey, bitch, what's for dinner?
Get these skills. Let's get these skills. And then you got these. Got GLs. Something to release some leaks. What? Leaks, man. Wally, 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 Shiny, Wally, 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 Smoky weed, I like to smoke some weed. I like smoky weed. I'm a weed smoker. Weed smoker.